Elihu, thank you, Alton, for hosting us in this space. Thank you, Glenview neighbors, friends, family, for being here today. My name is Janani Ramachandran, and I am running to be your next state assembly member. Sorry?
Come closer, please. We like to get you in the, your beautiful face right in the middle of the picture.
And I'm truly energized by having you all in this space, because what we are trying to do here is not just run a political campaign. I want to build a movement for justice, and that requires every single one of you to participate in that. I'm a social justice attorney, I'm a community activist, and I'm a proud resident of Oakland, a city that has been underrepresented at our state for years. A city that has so much beauty and history and culture and diversity that deserves representation. And so I'm running not just to be another Democrat. We have had a super majority of Democrats, and like Elihu mentioned, we are the 5th largest economy in the world. And yet, 1 in 3 Californians live at or near the poverty line. The poverty line along racial inequities are growing every single day in Oakland. We are the wealthiest state in the nation, and yet 1 in 3 Californians do not have access to real health care. We are the wealthiest state in the nation and rank 41 out of 50 in dollars spent per child. We've had promises from Democrats for years about a single-payer Medicare for All program, about a Green New Deal with an equity lens, and still have not had that. So I am running to not just say vaguely that housing or health care is a human right, not to make empty promises and be funded by corporate interests that backstop those reforms from actually happening. I am running to be a voice for all of you, for all of the individuals in Oakland and across California that do not have a seat at the table. I'm running to enact specific, actionable policy changes, including a 10-year plan to address our homelessness crisis, rather than throwing money piecemeal at the solution and hoping it goes away.
Hear, hear.
I am running to make sure that we have economic opportunity for every single Oaklander. So every teenager, every 20-year-old, every 50-year-old has the opportunity to earn living wages and have pathways to the middle class. I am running to enact Medicare for All, a Green New Deal with an equity lens, because a black child in West Oakland is 6 times more likely to have asthma and 46 times more likely to breathe in nitrogen dioxide on a daily basis. I'm not just running to say, let's only address climate emissions, let's make sure we have emission-free buses in the hills, but also in the flatlands. Because the life expectancy of a child in Deep East Oakland is 10 years shorter than their counterparts on the hills. And I am running to end qualified immunity for police officers who cause harm. Because last year, 1,172 people died at the hands of police, and every single one of their families deserve justice. And I'm not motivated to run based on the supposed glamour of Sacramento and to rise up political rants. No, I am running because of the communities that I belong to, those I serve, and those that I work with now on a daily basis as a social justice attorney, as a community activist, and as a member of Oakland. I am running because of the teen mothers, the immigrant mothers that I worked with experiencing domestic violence and homelessness, the survivors of abuse criminalized by our so-called justice system, watching families be ripped apart by ICE and CPS and watch our state lawmakers do nothing about it. I am motivated to run because of the individuals experiencing mental health crises that I've served, people who have been failed time and again by our public health care systems. I am driven to run because of the elderly Oakland tenants that I've represented from being evicted, even in the middle of this pandemic, people who never missed a day of rent in their life. And I'm motivated to do these things because I am not a politician. I am a community activist, and I want to work alongside all of you to lead and represent this district with integrity, with honesty, and alongside all of you. I don't pretend to have the answers to absolutely every single policy, but you can be sure that I'm going to be in contact with you, that I am going to be talking to you and asking your advice, your opinions, because like I mentioned at the start, this is a movement for justice. And I am excited to be on the path to work alongside with you at the State Assembly.
Yeah, take some questions.
Emma will handle Q&A.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Alrighty. So yeah, we'll just do Q&A for as long as folks still have questions. So anyone who